All right, we're ready. Thank you. Thank you. So welcome, everybody. My name is Chandra, Easton. I see some new faces. Is this your first time to Alembic or just the first time to my class? Alembic? First and first? Yeah. Nice. Welcome. Ding, ding. You're here. And you too? Oh, wonderful. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Well, it feels really nice and quiet in here. I feel like you're ready to practice, which is a sweet feeling. And welcome everybody who's tuning in from afar. It's nice to feel the fabric of the mandala of practitioners. You know, the mandala, I was just looking at the word again today for some other work I was doing, but the etymology of the word means center and periphery of mandala. The Tibetan in particular, Kyokor. Kyil means center, kor means circle. And in a sense, we're all the center of our own mandala, right? You move through your life, the people around you, the environment, your experiences, they all circle around you, right? That's you. Of course, you're the center of your own mandala. And yet there's also more meaning to it, of course, as a sacred diagram. Often it's a visualized practice or drawn or made out of sand as a meditative practice. But also when we come together to practice together, we create like a temporary mandala. Yeah. So we're all together in the center and periphery. The alembic is like the periphery, and we're all here making up this geometric pattern, the sacred geometric pattern of the mandala. And so it's very sweet to be able to come together with like-minded folks who are devoted in some way to their own growth and development and practice in a group. I mean, post-COVID, we're all still kind of soaking this up like dry sponges. You know, it's not so easy to find places we can be in together. And one thing that I love to do when we're all in the same mandala in person, and of course those who are zooming in can join in their own way, is to chant. Because when we chant in a group, the resonance of the words and the voices together has such a healing, potent effect on all of us. And I love chanting. It's one of my favorite things to do. So we do it at the beginning of every class. And you have your chant sheet. It's called Releasing into Presence chant sheet. And tonight we'll actually do the second chant, the Vakratunda, which is the Sri Ganesha invocation. It's a very old shloka or stanza, 4 lines, that is devoted to the elephant-headed god. And he symbolizes literally his other name, Ganapati. Gana means categories or perception. So all the ways we perceive, all the categories of perception that we have in the world, he is the Lord of that, Pati. He's the Lord of the categories, which sounds kind of unpoetic as a translation. But in a sense, Ganesha is like the remover of obstacles to perception. Remover of obstacles to learning and to realization. And so when we chant to him, like last week, we kind of moved around the room imagining we were Ganesh. Remember that? Yeah. Removing obstacles to our path of liberation, to our path of joy, to our path of healing, whatever, and to the world peace, for crying out loud. And so the Vakratunda Mahakaya means you, with the large body, Mahakaya, Vakratunda, and the curved trunk. So we know it's Ganesh immediately. They don't say his name here. Surya Koti Samaprabha. Samaprabha is to blaze or to have blaze up with splendor. Koti is 1,000,000 and Surya is moon. So you have the splendor of 1,000,000 suns. It's very bright. Nirvignam kurume deva. Nirvignam means to extinguish, to take away obstacles. Kuru me deva. Kuru is to do or activities. Me is mind. Deva. So it's oh Deva, oh God, Ganesh. Please remove obstacles to all my endeavors. Sarva is the all in there. It means all. Sarva karyeshu sarvada. Sarva karyeshu sarvada means please extend your blessings in my work always. Yeah. Sarvada is always. Karyeshu is to do it. Please, may you do. Kara, karma, same root. Action. Please remove all the obstacles always to my endeavors. Oh Deva, oh God. So as we're chanting, you can really feel Ganesh as the remover of the veils to perception, the veils to your liberation, and the veils to your learning. He's the God of intelligence and of learning. And so he's often prayed to at the beginning of any study or composition, any creative endeavor you might do. You could light a candle, light some incense, and recite this shloka. And at the end of it, we will add his mantra, which is Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. You can repeat after me if you want. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Gam is his bija mantra, his seed syllable. So we're praying to him. Okay? So repeat after me. Vakratunda Mahakaya. Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvadha, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvadha. Good. So now we'll recite it together 11 times. Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvadha, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvadha, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu sarvada. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Thank you. Please remove obstacles to all of our learning. Let's stand up and move our body. And then we'll sit. So you can freestyle here. This is a time to just stretch and do whatever your body wants. But if you want, you can also follow along with me. But really, there's no rule here. Listen to your body. It's so nice to tune in and ask, what do you want? What do you need? Move your shoulders if that feels good, and release tension. Moving the arms. We don't realize how little we move the arms and get the circulation going all the way out to the fingertips. You can walk around. You can go to the back of the room. You can do down dog, up dog, whatever feels good to you. Good. Feet are good to move too. You can do some ankle rolls. Shake out your feet, shake out your legs. Just throwing out ideas, but really listen to your body. Breathing deep into the belly, releasing that funky shit from the day. Whatever lingering stuff might be with you. Shake it out, get it back to the earth. Make a sound, everybody. Sighing is good for the liver. Isn't that right? This is my Qigong teacher in here. It's the it's sighing, right? It's good for the liver? Yeah. And then is good for the kidneys, something like that. Good. Okay, great. So now I'm going to lead you through a couple of finishing fun little thingamajiggers. So first we're going to inhale. Flop the arms. Again, inhale. And flopping. The art of flopping. Good. Then make fists and pound the tension out of the ridge of the shoulders. Boom. Just let them drop heavy weight. There's preliminary Dzogchen practices which are called Nalbap, and literally means just dropping and resting. And in a 10-year program we did a year of various techniques of this. And at one phase for like 6 months, the practice was Nalbap in bed, basically like drop, just drop and rest and don't do anything. And we all thought, oh, great, this sounds like fabulous. Before then we were doing so many crazy things, and yoga and lots of mantra, lots of visualization. It's kind of like busy, like why is this so busy, all these practices? And then we get to this point where it's Nelbap, just flop in bed, and the instruction was do nothing. And the Rinpoche, Tolkasanga Rinpoche, said, you think this sounds easy, but it's actually probably going to be the hardest thing you've done in this whole program. And I thought, no way. Oh, I got this. And it was so hard. It was so hard because, the mind wants technique, So we're just dropping. And I think a lot of us in my program, we all came back after the 6 months together and we said that this is definitely the hardest thing out of all these. Like nothing. Like don't control your breath. Don't control the mind. But it was very educational. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is baa like a sheep. Inhale, bring the arms crossed, and then shake out your whole torso as you baa. Baa. Shake the head as much as feels good. Just shake it out. Last time. Don't hold back. Good. Woo. All right, ready. Ready for anything? Ready for enlightenment? Let's do it. All right, we're here. We're going to Nalbap. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to Nalbap. But Nalbap, this letting be, surrendering, letting go is definitely a part of the practice. All right, so take a comfortable seat. And we're going to do about a 40-minute sit. So usually we do 30 in here, but every once in a while I like to push it a little longer. My rule with moving is don't fucking move. No, I'm kidding. Some teachers are like that. That's a new rule. I was just like, I didn't know that. That's not the rule. Okay, so the way my teachers trained me was, look, don't move if you don't have to. Please, don't move. Because when the body is still, the mind has a fighting chance to get still. If we're fidgeting, the mind doesn't have much of a chance, right? So notice if you want to move, check it 3 times. Really? You have to? No, maybe not. Huh? Really? You have to? 3 times? Maybe the 4th time it comes up, you're like, okay, maybe this is serious. Maybe my knee is going to tear apart. I'm going to have surgery. Okay, I'm being dramatic here. But the mind does get dramatic sometimes when it feels pain in meditation. So if you absolutely have to move, Then watch, here's the transmission. You have to move. Try not to lose your train of awareness, of mindfulness, as much as possible. So try not to break the quality of presence. Right? Still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. And it's really easy to just come right back. I'm right here. I never went anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I see people move and they don't do that. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I see y'all sometimes moving. Where's Manny? Is he okay?
He said that he woke up early and he wanted me to keep his remarks.
Oh, very early. Okay. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. Is this the kidney sound?
Choo.
Choo, choo. Okay.
Lungs.
This is lungs. Okay, what's the ha? What's the sigh?
Heart.
The heart. Okay, I mixed it all up. I was married to an acupuncturist, but we've been divorced for about 5 years, and
What?
Kind of. Do you have a different
I know
teaching?
this guy from Qigong training from Thailand.
Oh, you're all
This is
friends. Yes. See, your sacred mandala. See? We're in the flow. We're in the flow. You know you're in the right place when stuff like that happens. It's great. Okay, so when our liver is toxic, if you've had too much to drink,
That's a shoo.
that's it. And if the kidneys are taxed and you've been working too hard and your adrenals are all fucked up, then you go. Sounds very similar.
It's like a chew away.
Chew away. That's right. We all need kidney chi building up. Way. Like that you said? Way. Again.
One other thing,
That's good.
if you're feeling excess energy,
Yeah.
like on the liver, you're like shoo. And if you're feeling depleted, the softer, the more nourishing. So,
and that's more of an SH, right? Liver. That makes sense. These are such wonderful things that we can try out for ourselves. Our body is an instrument, and in the West we're kind of losing out. We don't learn these gifts of the wisdom streams. We're not taking full advantage of our potential here. So here we are, most of us, Westerners, maybe convert Buddhists, maybe not, maybe pagans, maybe tantric adventurers, but we're all here in humility and a feeling of gratitude and reverence for those who've come before and passed on these beautiful teachings. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's take our seat now. So now you deserve it. Take your seat. Don't hold back. And don't be, feels like the heat's up high. Can we make sure it's down to 72? Is it down to 72?
It's 73 when I last.
Yeah, I don't like 73. 72. I start to fall asleep. You guys start to fall asleep. There's something magic about 72. All right. Thank you, Sam. All right. So let's drop in. And when you breathe down into the belly. Feel it expanding forward. And even the kidneys feeling nourished by that breath. And exhale. Release the belly, soften as you exhale. Again, inhale, feel the belly expanding forward and then the lungs filling. And then exhale. One more time like this, really deliberately drawing the breath down, filling the base of your torso from the bottom to the top. Nourishing all of the tissues, the organs through the breath. Exhale. And we're going to do some gentle pranayama, the resonance breathing. So take a natural breath. As I tell you, what we're going to do is we'll inhale 4 counts, holding to Exhale 6 counts, slightly longer exhalation, and let that glide you into relaxation. Resonance breathing helps to balance the nervous system, bring the parasympathetic nervous system online, and tone the vagus nerve. All right, so now let's exhale together. And inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. It's like a breath suspension. And then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, nice and relaxed. Always staying relaxed. If it ever feels uncomfortable, then go to a normal breathing. Holding. 1, 2. Then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going, counting now to yourself, holding the structure yourself. Relax the face, shoulders. After your last exhalation, and let go of control of the breath. Breathing naturally at your own rhythm, and feel the after effect of the pranayama. With the exhalation, release into the ground. Beneath you, feeling its support, its stability. And let the structure of your body align with gravity and the muscular layer of the body, relax as much as possible and let the spinal structure, the bones, naturally hold you up. Support of the floor, the earth beneath you, the ground. You feel your body in this space, sits bones on the pillow or chair. This feeling of relaxation, suffusing every aspect of your experience. With the exhalation, releasing any physical tension, any mental tension. Even emotional tension, we hold things in the body. Let the out breath remind you this practice of letting go and letting be. Immediately, right from the get-go, releasing into presence, a simple quality of leaving the mind just as it is. And its natural limpidity, its spaciousness. Our only job is to not wander. The wandering begins a chain of delusion. Thoughts, fantasies, regret. Release as soon as you notice. And come back to the present in this very breath. Resting the mind in its natural state. If you wander, it's not a problem. Release and come back. And let the mind be just as it is. Free of distraction and free of grasping. Release into presence. The mind is wandering. A helpful image is that of thoughts being like helium balloons that you just let go of. You're holding the strands and you let go of thought, just let them go. Let them float up into the air. And then come back to the body and the breath, resting the mind just as it is in its own place, its own limpidity and clarity, amidst an ocean of relaxation. Drop deep, deep, deep within that ocean. And if the mind needs more support, which happens, then you can count the breath. A simple count at the top of each inhalation. Count from 1 to 21. Releasing distraction as soon as you notice. As soon as you get to 21, and let go of the counting. Leaving the mind just as it is, Sam Nalnubapa. Just letting it be as it is. It's not a dullness, not a complacency, not an excuse to sleep, to drift off into dullness. We're not wanting to cultivate a dull mind, distracted mind. Instead, letting the mind rest just as it is us unveiling that natural luminosity of awareness. It's always present, like the sun always shining. The clouds part as the chain of delusion falls apart. And then we can just rest in this present moment. Let the clouds part and feel this loving awareness dawn within you, luminosity unveiled. And you may even feel that as an orb of warmth and light at your heart center, heart chakra. Let the breath massage and breathe in and out of the chest region and really feel the quality of presence, of warmth begin to enkindle even stronger now, supported by the belly, supported by the earth beneath you. Breathing in and out directly from the heart center, the heart chakra. Feel with each breath the enkindlement of this loving awareness like sunlight. The exhalation then allows it to spread and fill the body, supported by the warmth of the belly. That warmth rises up to nourish and encourage the lotus at your heart to bloom. The chakra is like a lotus flower. And within that lotus is this jewel of warmth, the golden sun. And that light spreads throughout your body, filling the throat and the head center. The warmth of the belly and the heart rises up through your central axis, through the body, and opens that throat chakra, the enjoyment, the chakra of bliss. Throat center opens, and the warmth travels up, filling the head center and enlivening the third eye, the crown. All of these centers, the root, the belly, the heart, throat, the third eye, and the crown. Like a flower stalk growing up from the earth and blooming in 1,000-petaled lotus flower at your heart, at your head, crown. And you open to the blessings of the luminous wisdom beings above, even if that is simply starlight. Whatever you feel, let the light of the Sambhogakaya, the blissful beings, the dimension of sound and light, and feel their blessings raining down upon you, nourishing you, filling the central channel with Amrita, this elixir of bliss, the Soma, that nourishes every aspect of your being, filling you down through the central channel, filling all of those centers with golden light. the light of the stars, the loving light of the wisdom beings, inviting in whomever you feel a heart connection with. Avalokiteshvara, please come and bless us. Aryapara, please come and bless us. Yahweh, please come and bless us. The Great Mother, Jesus, Allah, Great Spirit, Buddha, all these luminous wisdom beings. Feel their witnessing and their presence. And then in a blissful explosion of light, all of those wisdom beings dissolve into light. And that light dissolves into you, integrating with every atom, every cell of your being. And merging your mind with the enlightened mind of wisdom beings, consciousness. And rest in that union, that non-dual state, free of subject and object. Rest with your mind unified with the enlightened mind of the deities, recognizing that you've never been separate. That is your own true nature. And just rest in the simple quality of being. And now even more potentized than before because of these blessings that have come into you. Feel your body like a body of light, vibration. Perhaps you don't feel as heavy or solid. And again, return to the heart chakra, this luminous orb of light, and breathe in and out directly from this and feel how it's now plugged into the universal light potential. And then feel as you breathe that this luminosity not only fills your body but extends through the pores and extends outward like a mycelial network connecting each other, extending out to your neighbor on either side. Feel this connection between all of us, front and back and all around. And feel this light extending out from your heart of loving awareness, Loving awareness extending out from the heart to the others in this room, the sacred mandala, these karmic connections known and unknown. Loving awareness extending out then to the building, the beings in the building, other rooms, the insects, the animals, or whoever is here. And then extending that loving awareness light out beyond the building, beings outside of these walls, the winged beings, four-legged ones, the insects, the water beings, extending out, the humans, and filling this region and beyond, expanding. With each out-breath, you could feel it flowing even further. This loving awareness, this feeling of connection, blanketing this whole entire earth. Feeling that network. And extending that loving awareness through the out-breath, through the Indra's net of the interconnected tendril, interdependence, loving awareness, blanketing the earth with light, and then extending beyond, and really feeling this light bringing protection, bringing healing, love, liberation upon contact. Extending this loving awareness out to all beings everywhere. The in-breath fuels it and invigorates you, and this light at your heart, the out-breath, shares and sends it out. May all beings be happy and have the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. The out-breath, may it be so. May all beings experience the joy beyond sorrow. And may all beings abide in equanimity, free of the extremes of attachment and aversion. And let this wish be immeasurable. May it be so. And we'll end by chanting the Pragyaparamita mantra, the Heart Sutra mantra. It goes, Teyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. It's not on your sheet, so if it's new to you, just give it a go. There's no mistakes here. Teyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. Teyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. Teyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. Teata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisattva 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 Teata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Sound of the bell take you into experience of shunyata, emptiness. Let it all go, rest. Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisattva. Thus it is said, Om, gone, gone, gone beyond, gone completely beyond awakening. So be it. And then now we come back. We come back, but without losing that feeling of shunyata, complete potential. Anything is possible, anything can happen. This brings pliancy to the mind and a sense of creativity, wisdom, So pragya paramita means the perfection of wisdom, and that is the mantra to that principle of empty, interdependent wisdom as the great mother. The great mother. Yum Chenmo. Pragya paramita. Prajna is wisdom. Paramita is gone to the other shore. Paramita. So we've gone to the other shore of wisdom, meaning we're not on the samsara side. We've crossed the ocean of samsara and we're on the other shore. Liberation, enlightenment, so be it. So that is what that mantra takes us into, as an experience of collapsing duality and resting in the non-dual state. It is beyond concept. That is gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhi, swaha. So be it. So whoever gets there first can help us along to the other shore. I mean, that is Tara. Arya Tara, the noble Tara, the female Buddha of compassion. Yeah. Her name literally means, it's the same Indo-European root as traverse, transition, Tara. She takes us to the other shore. She's often said to be a star that also means star, Tara. And in maritime, science or practices, they of course follow the stars. Maybe not so much anymore. I don't know if people are still looking up when they're out on the boat. Maybe they're looking at their phone, their app. Where am I going? So before they used to look up there. And so Tara is that star that helps us traverse the ocean of suffering. Samsara is often said to be the ocean of suffering. So most of us, when we're in our delusion, we're foundering in the ocean of samsara. Help! Send me my breath. Tara, help me. And her vehicle is a boat. The deities have vehicles, like Saraswati is a swan, Durga is a tiger. And Tara has a boat rowing across the sky. So now you don't see her very often in the iconography, but that's her vehicle. Varna means vehicle. Tara, traverse. So these practices, all of the Buddha, the thus gone one, all of these teachings are helping us kind of traverse this inner ocean of suffering. But the other shore is really home. It's like coming home to our true nature, who we really are. We all have that spark of awakening within us. So all of this poetic talk, these are metaphors, right? We like metaphors. We like stories. We like imagery. Do you need to stand up? Want to shake it out? People want to stand up? If you want to stand up, stand up. Shake your legs. And then we'll sit back down for the Dharma talk. Yeah, you have full permission to shake it out. You don't have to stand up, but you can stretch out your legs. We're supposed to stand up every 20 minutes. So what's up with you have to sit for 3 hours straight? I mean, of course, samadhi, it's nice if it's happening. But we have to learn how to circulate the energy, because there's a certain quality, pliancy that does come from samadhi. But there's also some wisdom in getting up every 20 minutes.
Theravada, they
Shake
emphasize
it.
walking equally.
In Theravada, they emphasize walking equally. I agree. I have really relied on walking meditation. I could teach it to you someday if you want to learn it. But Buddha walked. Most of his practice was walking. He walked from town to town and gave teachings. So there's sort of this misperception that we have to only sit. I lie down a lot when I meditate too, because of my back issue. But there's walking, standing, seated, and lying. These are the 4 positions. But honestly, I feel like those are metaphors for just moving the fuck around. You know what I mean? Like, meditate while you're doing the dishes. Meditate while you're taking a shower. Meditate while you're taking care of your kids. Driving. Mindfulness. All the time. So just sitting still with the eyes closed all the time and thinking this is all the only place you can practice it's misperception, and it's guiding people in the wrong way. I mean, when you become a parent, you're like, what the fuck? I can't do that anymore. But does your practice go out the window? No. Mindfulness, every moment. That's the true art. It's not easy. But can you slow it down? Slow it down. That's all we need to do. Slow it down. You know what I'm saying? Whew. How you doing? You good? Yeah? All right. Yes, Sanford.
You mentioned the magic of the bell in your retreat experience with Thich Nhat Hanh.
Yes. You guys have to go to family retreat. Take him.
That'd be great.
There's one down in San Diego. Yeah, there's Deer Park in San Diego, and they do wonderful family retreats.
In the meantime, I learned that Plum Village has an app that will play you the magical bell every 20 minutes, or you can set it to your own settings. And I've been like,
Thank you.
I've just been grooving every day.
What's the app called? Just Plum Village app?
Plum Village, yeah.
Of course they've done that.
So thanks.
Of course. I'm so glad you shared that, because last week we talked about the practice of the bell. This is the kind of bell Thich Nhat Hanh would ring, so I think it's a Vietnamese bell, but it could be from Korea. It could be maybe a different place. We don't know. Do we know? We need to know. I think.
Japanese.
Is this look Japanese to you? Could be. But they chant with the bell. It's beautiful. Did you hear any of that? Did you hear any chanting on the app? You can find it on Spotify. Thich Nhat Hanh singing. Just look that up. It's so beautiful. Yeah, so he would teach using the bell. Oh, I love this bell. So tonight I want to move ahead with the slogan, the slogans, the instructions of mind training, because we're so close to the end. So we're on the 50-second slogan. No, yeah, we're on the 50-second slogan. There are 59, so after this we will have 6 more. So exciting. I'm thinking, what are we going to do next? And I'm taking requests. Taking requests. So, come up to me after class if you have like, God, I'd really love to do this. Or let's talk more about emptiness. Or let's study this text. Or there's so many different directions we can go. And we can also just be spontaneous. Sometimes I choose a text and I take you through it with commentary, like a root text, because that's really giving you the root. Not everybody can do that. And I can do that. And I've received it from my teachers. So I tend to like to do that, to make best use of our time. And having said that, it's also wonderful to choose a theme and just stick with it and bring in different texts. Yeah, so I'm in this creative moment of thinking, we have maybe a month or 2, and then where there's going to be a refresh, something else happening, some new prayers, and then some different teachings. But in the meantime, this is really fun. This text, the 7-point mind training of Chikawa Yeshe Dorje, this text we've been going through. It's 59 one-liners that teach us about Dharma and how to walk the path and not be a poser, not, just give lip service to the teachings, and really challenge. This text challenges us to turn the mind towards the Dharma in very creative and challenging ways sometimes. I want to read a quote that I uncovered recently. It is a beautiful quote that encapsulates the teachings of the mind training, these Lojong, mind training, Mahayana, the great universal vehicle teachings. Atisha Dipamkara was one of the great Indian teachers who brought these teachings to Tibet in the 10th century. And his teacher was Serlingpa. He is, I think it's like one of his names, because Serling is the name of Sumatra in Indonesia. So he was this great compassion teacher, Serlingpa, famous, renowned for his teachings on compassion and bodhicitta, the spirit of awakening for the benefit of all beings, love, loving kindness. And so when Atisha was, Atisha, who lived in India, had a dream one night. Aryatara came to him in a dream. I believe it's Blue Tara. Came to him in a dream and said, because he was a real intellect. He's really into like debate, and Buddhist philosophy is very intellectual. It's beautiful. It's exquisite. But it can get stuck up here if you don't practice. So he was this abbot at this monastery, a teacher there. Tara, who was his Ishta Devata, his tutelary deity, came to him in a dream and said, "There is no enlightenment without compassion." So it's not just about wisdom. And so he started asking around, who is the greatest teacher for compassion? And he heard Serlingpa in Indonesia. So Atisha set off over land and over sea down to Indonesia, Sumatra area, and found Serlingpa and asked him to be his teacher. He spent 12 years there studying his teachings on compassion, and that is the root of the Lojong, these famous mind training teachings. So there's a text called Leveling Out All Conceptions. Thupten Jinpa translated it. And in that, there are a lot of different things, but there's a poem, a teaching by Serlingpa to Atisha. And here it goes. This is one stanza from it. Serlingpa said, "Adverse conditions are your spiritual teacher." Adverse conditions are your spiritual teacher. Demons and possessor spirits, the Buddha's emanation. Sickness is the broom for negative karma and defilements, sweeping it away. And sufferings are displays of the Dharma Dhatu, ultimate reality's expanse. It's Dharma Dhatu. It's all right there. It's all right there. And Thich Nhat Hanh, I'll never forget it. I heard when he said, he's had many great teachers, but the greatest teacher of all has been suffering. Suffering has taught him the most. Yeah. Boy. I mean, he experienced the Vietnam War, horrible things, and then he escaped. So he really witnessed suffering firsthand. But we all have our own version of the Vietnam War inside of us and ways that we suffer. So adverse conditions, they are your spiritual teacher. Demons and possessor spirits, the Buddha's emanations. So if you have apparitions or you see, or even if people are being jerks, those are demons and apparitions. What if they were an enlightened being coming to test your patience or your compassion or your fortitude? What would it be like if we all treated each other as, like they say, dakas and dakinis? Dakas are the mask, and dakinis are the femmes, but then there could be some neutral stuff in there too. We could just, whatever. But what if we see each other as these sacred beings? What if, just turn and look at your neighbors right now and try it. Come on, don't be shy. Dakas and dakinis. Yes. It's so beautiful. We are. We are. Sickness is a broom for negative karma and defilements, and sufferings are displays of the Dharma Dhatu. So they say in the Lojong, these mind training teachings, that when you're sick, rejoice. This is such a mind fuck. When you're sick, rejoice, because you're clearing out negative karma from like way long ago. Doesn't mean you're evil or you're naughty or anything. We have lived countless lifetimes. And it's inevitable that we are going to accumulate some karma. That's okay. I'm not okay, you're not okay, and that's okay. I have bad karma, you have bad karma, and that's not a big deal. We also have neutral and positive karmas. Karma literally means action. Every action has a reaction. Boom. So they say when we're sick, okay, rejoice. It's a time to clear it out. You got that fever? Burn it up. Burn it all up and then dedicate it for the benefit of all beings. It's really interesting. And then, of course, sufferings are displays of the Dharma Dhatu, this ultimate reality's expanse. Everything is a display from the ultimate reality's expanse. It's like the Akashic web or whatever that's called, this infinite potential, the sphere of reality, this womb of totality. All of these words are pointing to the same thing. That everything, suffering, and also joys, you could say, they're all displays of the Dharma Dhatu. Dharma means truth or ultimate reality. Dhatu means expanse or sphere of space. So this 52, who wants to read 52 out loud? Number 5-2.
52. Don't misinterpret.
Simple. What? Okay, of course, this requires commentary. And lo and behold, there's a lot.
Just don't misinterpret it.
Just don't get it wrong. Yeah. All right. So they say there are 6 things that we should be careful not to misinterpret, not to twist. It's very interesting. So in our practice, 6 things. The first is patience. The second is yearning. The third is excitement. You don't have to remember all this. The fourth is compassion. The fifth is priorities. And the sixth is joy. Now I'm going to unpack this. It's interesting. So, patience. The commentaries say that it's a misinterpretation of patience to be patient about everything in your life but the practice of Dharma. Oh, yeah, I'll clean the house. Oh, yeah, I'll do all that. I'll do all that, but I can practice Dharma later, To show great patience also for the difficulties of mundane affairs and not for the practice of cultivating the mind essence. That's inverted practice. Do you see what I'm saying? Like we're being patient for everything else except sitting down and doing a practice. That's misinterpreting what patience is all about. We'll keep going with this. This is sort of a repeated theme here. Then the next one is yearning. So misinterpreted yearning is to foster yearning for pleasure and wealth, but not fostering a yearning to practice Dharma thoroughly, completely. I mean, oops. Oh, guilty as charged. I yearn for that. I want to get paid more. I want this. I want a nice car. We're yearning for all these things out there to bring us pleasure and wealth. I mean, of course, it's good to have comforts and it's good to enjoy your life. But what about yearning for practice? Right? What about yearning for practice? What about getting so hungry that seat or that chair or whatever, walking by, whatever it is that you love to do, starts to, I yearn that, I want that. Then the third one is excitement. So you can kind of guess what this is, where we're going here. Yeah. So misinterpreted excitement is to get excited by wealth and entertainment, but not to be excited by the study of Dharma. So interesting. How many people are excited about Dharma? Some of you aren't. That's okay. I mean, what if we could do both? Assignment for wealth, fun and entertainment, and assignment for dharma. That's more the tantric approach. You take it all on the path and integrate it as fuel for awakening. But it's kind of, a lot of us aren't raised with this culture of like, get up early in the morning, do your prayers, do your practice. So we have to train ourselves later in life, and it's hard. So we have to have little tricks, ways to get excited about it. Maybe it's lighting incense, maybe it's lighting a candle, maybe it's the memory of the bliss that you felt in yesterday's meditation. Whatever it is, what gets you excited? Don't be attached to that bliss, though. And then the commentary goes on saying to revel in the enjoyment of pleasures that result from all these different emotions we could have: attachment, aversion, pleasure, and other mental negativities, but not to savor the flavor that comes from meditation experience, is to enjoy the inverted flavor. So interesting. So mind training is all about turning on a dime. Like, what? Oh, I'm going this way, but really the practice is about going that way? Oh, get it. Enthusiasm, excitement, yearning for the Dharma. All of this is trying to point us back to the Dharma, because it's so easy to get hypnotized by all these beautiful things out there that are so shiny. Now, I think it's the fourth is compassion. Yeah, the fourth, compassion. So this is interesting. It's inverted or twisted compassion, misinterpreted compassion. When you are compassionate to those who endure hardships in order to practice Dharma, but to be unconcerned and uncompassionate to those who do evil. So this is really interesting. It's saying you need to practice compassion for the people who are fucking things up a little bit. I know I'm using the F word a lot. I don't know why it's happening. I'm sorry. Usually I just try to do it once. Oh my God. So clean it up, Chandra. My mom calls me. She's like, great teaching. She watched. Hi, Mom. She watched. Great teaching last time, but you don't have to say those F words. I'm like, I kind of do sometimes. Mom, I love you. Okay, so compassion. So it's saying, look, don't just be compassionate to those who are practicing the Dharma and doing good, all the holy beings. That's easy. Practice compassion for the people who are messing up and who are doing harm. Like, doesn't mean you roll over and play dead, or you don't try to make the world a better place or get those people to stop, but with compassion, okay, you're doing harm because probably somebody was doing harm to you. This is all you know. Oh, nyingje, right? That's the word for compassion in Tibetan. Nyingje means the jewel of the heart. Oh, nyingje.
Like even the orange one,
What?
he gets compassion too.
Yeah, for
The orange one. Let's pretend the orange one is here in front of us. Let's inhale all of this pain and suffering. Exhale, clearing that. May you be well and happy. May you see the way of the beauty way.
You see what you're doing.
What?
You may see what he's doing.
Oh, what a weird place we're in now. It's like we want to leave, but we can't leave, We have to practice compassion. We have to stay. It's our freaking family. It's here. I think I could move to Thailand like you. I could move to Mexico, but my parents are, So we have, but also, if we all leave, what's that? Is that some privilege? Is that some like, then who has to clean up the mess? No, we have to stay and try to make this a better place. Yes, this is our root. This is our country. Maybe not all of you, but I'm speaking for myself. And then, of course, we can go to. And I'll come and say hi. I'll see what your setup there is. Maybe I'll come along. Okay, so what's interesting as long as there are so many beings in the world who are suffering, and who, as Shantideva says, are chasing the sources of suffering while destroying the sources of their own happiness. You know what I'm saying? Doing harm and thinking they're trying to think they're getting happy, but really they're sowing the seeds for future suffering. Oh, Ningje. Oh, Ningje. So our compassion is misplaced if we only pity or feel bad for a meditator who encounters difficulties while striving to rend the fabric of samsara. Actually, like, they're rejoice, like, okay, they might be having hardship, but they're on the path. They're putting their energy in a good, beneficial place. Compassion for those who are sowing the seeds of their own suffering by chasing after some mirage of happiness. Can we feel compassion for the other side? That's the lojong, the mind training. That's you're a practitioner if that's what you're focusing on. That's so cool. So rather let the compassion go to those beings who are not devoting themselves to effective means to fulfill their own aspirations. It's interesting, isn't it? So compassion doesn't mean, like I said, give up or let people do shitty things. It means, whoa, compassion for you, but you've got to stop. Time to stop. Okay, so same idea with priorities, make sure your priorities are fueling you towards your own spiritual awakening. You see, because that's what we can take on to the next life. We can't take our clothes, our car, our wealth. We can take this consciousness that we've cultivated, move towards healing, and then we keep going in the next life. We keep building on it. And if we're ready to get liberated in the bardo, then great, then we do that. Okay, and the same for joy. Twisted joy is to be happy when sorrows afflict your enemies, but not to rejoice in the virtue and in the joy of transcending samsara. So basically, don't be happy when people you hate stumble. That's not real joy. We should rejoice. Rejoice. Yeah, we should rejoice when we see people doing good things, of course. So, in any case, I know we're at time, but you get the idea of this inverting. So don't misinterpret all of these different practices, but rather invert what maybe like your knee-jerk reaction would be in the world when you encounter challenges or challenging people. Yes.
Yeah, it was just funny that this came up because before I came, my friend wanted me to ask you a question. And the question she wanted me to ask you was, what do you do when you feel like you have so much bad karma that it's overwhelming? Like, how do you practice?
You
how
cry.
Do you end your suffering when you feel like the bad karma is so overwhelming?
You find ways to purify the karma. And there are ways. There's mantras you can say, prayers you can say, but I may have said this in this class last week. I don't think I did. I think it was in the Randall Buddhist Tantra course. Shantideva said that there is no practice more powerful in purifying negative karma than compassion. So she should study Lojong, she should practice these practices, she should cultivate the 4 measurables, 6 perfections, study the Bodhisattva path, and cultivating compassion. And that's if she's Buddhist, but there's obviously beautiful teachings of compassion in other traditions as well. But that is purifying. That is purifying. Karma can be purified. None of us are sentenced to death with the heavy burden of karma. I was feeling that today. I've got this back injury from a botched spinal surgery. And I thought I had pretty good karma in this life. And then I have this fucking thing that is for 3 years I've been dealing with. So I'm on the floor I'll just be totally honest with you. I'm on the floor this morning crying because I'm in so much pain. And I think, wow, I guess I have some heavy karma. So I'm breathing with that, and I'm coming to terms with like, oh right, but the teachings say to rejoice in this moment of pain and suffering because I'm purifying. I'm purifying it. So she needs to turn her thinking around. She's letting this idea of heavy karma weigh her down. But actually, karma is there to be purifying. So whether you say the Vajrasattva mantra and you visualize yourself purifying and you're kind of internally saying, hey, I did this, I regret it, I resolve not to do it again, right? Like really have some kind of, the Buddhists have a form of confession and it's effective. You can do it personally between you and the deity of Vajrasattva or Avalokiteshvara. You can do it between you and a teacher or a Kalyana Mitra. And the idea that purifies negative karma, what purifies negative karma is the remorse. Like, I messed up, I'm not going to do it again. I want it. And then enact positive body, speech, and mind. So maybe she can donate some of her time to a cause and get out there, roll up her sleeves and get involved with something. Cultivate good merit through positive actions. Fish release. The Tibetans do a lot of fish release, where they'll go to the market or like sheep or animal or yak release. The lamas will go to animal farms or fish markets, buy up as many as they can, and then set them free, of course, in a skillful way, in a place that's good for them. And that's liberating those beings from the prison that they were in and from being eaten. So that's a way to, of course, help beings, but also accumulate good karma, to be honest. It's like filling up your gas tank on the path, on the road trip to enlightenment. Can't go on an empty tank. It's true. It's totally true. Prostrations. I did 100,000. I can do it. She can do it. But it's the mindset. She didn't get oppressed by that. But this is interesting. This is interesting that it came up tonight. So I answered it in that way too. Yeah. But Tonglen, there's interdependence. Let's close by dedicating the merit for the benefit of all beings everywhere, especially the orange ones. Really, offer it up so that they may heal the wounds that cause suffering. And then act from wisdom and compassion. So we offer it up, any positive energy that's come from our practice and our time together for the benefit of all beings, near and far, known and unknown, friend and foe. And we'll feel that prayer go out on the sound of the bell. Adverse conditions are your spiritual teacher. Demons and possessor spirits, the Buddha's emanations. Sickness is a broom for negative karma and defilements. And sufferings are displays of the Dharmakaya, ultimate reality's expanse. Sirlingpa to Atisha. In leveling out all conceptions. It's the name of the text. Thank you, everybody. And come up and take a picture of that quote and send it to your friend. Yeah, no, you have to do it right now, but like, in a minute. This could be good for her. Okay, thank you, everybody. Be well. Take care. I rejoice in your passion and excitement for the Dharma. And if it's not for the Dharma, if it's something else altruistic, I rejoice in that too. Find it. Find what makes you happy. Find your yes. All right. Sorry. Yeah. There.
funny too, because with another friend, but right before this class, I had a conversation, we're having a conversation about like this idea that we were finding in like Catholic contemplative literature, which is where when they were sick, they would like dedicate their suffering. Like the suffering. Yeah.
I love that.
Well, but it's interesting because the dilemma we were having about this is it seems like there's a risk if you do that too much, it can be like sort of a, well, I'm just gonna accept whatever God gives me and not, you can get into a mindset of like, I'm not gonna actually try to fix this problem. She's from a Christian background. So sometimes encountered that like people weren't really, that sometimes the I am suffering, suffering is sort of put on a pedestal and sometimes you have to actually do something.
Yes, yeah.
There's sort of like,
slippery slope.
yes, but then there's the flip side, and I've noted this in my practice, but also hearing from other people, which is the idea that whenever there is some suffering, that we feel like there's some technique we can do to deal with it, and we can get very caught off guard when we're in a situation where we encounter some pain, and we find that we're kind of helpless.
Yeah.
All that training that we did in Vipassana is not helping.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's sort of like
we look around and we try to find the other path, the other tool. And that can be scary.
Yeah.
It's hard. And hopefully we find that. But then if we don't find that, then that's
the abyss.
That's the abyss.
Navigate that. Yeah.
Okay, so then that's the preparation for tracking inner work. Because it's like, you know, like you were in a solitary confinement, like you know, it's like that. Like, there was no way out. Thich Nhat Hanh says the only way out is in.
Mm-hmm.
So those types of situations, when we tried, and nothing's working. Of course, there are times to go in and find out
She's also not
the
much
unheard jealousy, you know,
So
and
that's
that
kind of just.
I was just like trying to call a council.
fear that will never be
Yeah.
Fear.
And honestly, pranayama helps. Meditation, sometimes just vipassana or sitting quietly in nature, it hasn't really worked for me.
I've seen it.
State of pain. But pranayama helps, like I said, it's getting that resonance breathing, 4, 2, 6, helps with pain, calm it down. The brain is working up so much. And then you can quiet the mind. And then you feel, okay, I can get up and walk another day. It's not all falling apart. Catastrophic is very, we have to really be careful. It's very easy. It's like a demon that has a it's like a friend. It makes things worse.
Yes.
So
It's this.
exactly.
It's this basically, but like,
Very much get a little.
they don't get any of that vocabulary.
And not, I mean, the other trap that I caught myself falling into is
This guy, yeah.
when I get to like, I can't do this right now, it's like a feeling of failure. And that kind of is an ego reinforcement thing.
Like, why haven't I been able to heal from this?
Yeah.
And then people around it by
And
saying,
then this is just
oh,
like.
you look psychological. There's been a guilt trip that you have to get through. Dealing with that is, I think, spiritual, whether it's Buddhist, it can be very Buddhist, can be
Yeah.
It's not all of the mind.
Yeah.
It's in the brain, and it's in the nervous system,
I
which
think
is different from the mind.
I think people get mixed up between things having an origin in the mind and things all being in the mind. It's possible that certain suffering had its origin in the mind however long ago, lifetimes ago. But that doesn't mean that we're just experiencing the consequences of Qigong.
No. And we can get out of it by
Right.
just using the mind.
Yeah, no.
What I realized is like,
Totally.
oh,
It's like.
because my pain management doctor was telling me
Yeah, we.
that a lot
Yeah, totally.
science of pain is very interesting.
I think I've
because
got you
even
now, I'm
after
sure it's
tissues
old.
I
heal,
think we're
there's
friends
still
on
a
Facebook.
loop that the brain
That's true.
can get
And
into.
you wouldn't have my
It's called
number.
neuropathic pain.
Okay.
Where it's in the nervous system. It's in the
SEAN?
Right, it falls.
Yeah,
Mind is-
Sean.
Yeah.
It's in the brain, it has the nervous system. Meaning like the homunculus that we have, like say, back pain.
How long you kept it?
If there's so much pain there, the brain is sending, firing, the brain and the nervous system is trying to feel it, so it's focusing on that. And it can cause inflammatory
For
responses
sure.
because that is good
Never
in the
come into the
beginning,
city.
but that needs to die down once the tissues heal, but if there's a loop, it's stuck. If
Oh,
there's
nice, dude.
a looping of the brain and the nervous system,
Nice, man.
because that.
Are you a
maybe
fish
went on
fan
for a while,
at all?
so
You
got
go to the
rid
shows?
of it.
No, I'm
Then-
not super jam band.
We have to
Yeah,
figure out
you're
that,
not.
and that's what running on.
He was a reasonable guest.
Running on.
I'm just-
The brain